This edition of the Ridley Report is brought to you by... It is said, or certainly could be said, hell hath no fury like a well-intentioned government. Well, now, I don't know how good the intentions are over here, but I can tell you that the folks at the State House in Concord, New Hampshire are not interested in protecting your freedom for the most part. They're taking it away, piece by piece. Fortunately, unlike in most states, they're not doing it without a fight. That is in large part due to the New Hampshire Liberty Alliance at nhliberty.org. Now, if you were to go into the State House there behind me and do this, you would hit one of the members of the New Hampshire Liberty Alliance, because they're in there all over the place fighting for your freedom. They also offer free training if you want to learn the ways of the Citizen Freedom Lobby. Visit them at nhliberty.org. Now I'm sitting here with Kent from Pembroke.
Yes.
And now you're a customer of Payday Loans operations, and you've come out here to defend them too against this government intrusion. What made you want to do that?
Well, I'm actually with LoanMax, which is the same sort of thing, and they've treated me wonderfully. It's been an avenue that I've been able to get a loan that I might not somewhere else, and everything that passionate lady said at the podium is true right across the board. I agree with her 100%. I have a child, and being able to go to LoanMax has afforded me to be able to not lose time with my son, to be able to do things like have us be able to eat and spend time together, be able to pay my child support that I'm supposed to pay, and pay rent, and survive, basically.
Are you frustrated with the overall direction the New Hampshire government's been taking over the last couple of years with all these regulations they've been trying to push through?
Yeah.
Or just this one thing?
Well, it's scary because there's a lot of people, that have credit situations, which happens to a lot of people, and it's not abnormal. End up with limited amount of choices for loans, and this has happened to me. And LoanMax provides that opportunity so that I can get a loan, and I can get it within 15 minutes and get a handshake and a smile and a thank you, and I'm out the door with the money that I need.
How will it affect you if the bill goes through?
My choices are going to be few and far between to be able to get a loan.
All right. Well, thanks again.
Thanks.
The main bill that these folks are concerned about is actually called House Bill 267, and folks are concerned that it could cause the state to end up having actually some of the most restrictive loan rules in the country. The bill apparently would also require loan institutions to involve databases in their dealings with customers. Now, this bill comes up for hearing on Thursday, February 14th, I believe. And opponents of the bill told me, by the way, all those folks you saw in there, those were local freedom lovers. Well, in other words, they were local people who work in the loan industry, taking the initiative to fight for their freedom to continue their jobs. Of course, there's also one or two customers there at least. But that was spontaneous. That didn't have anything to do with the liberty movement or anything like that. It's complicated. There's amended versions, and there's also 2 or 3 bills out there that would regulate the loan industry, the payday loan industry. Here with Senator Lou D'Alessandro of
Manchester.
And you're my senator. I didn't realize that. My question would be, how are you planning on voting with this bill that would restrict payday loan centers?
Well, I'm looking at all of the issues, looking at what people had to say during the hearing process, and what the results of the 36% cap would be versus something else, and looking at a number of alternative methods for people to borrow money. So I think you have to look at all of those things before you make a decision, and make a decision based on the facts and try to present alternatives that make sense in this world. So that's where I stand on the issue at this moment.
You just got 2 days, though, and you have to decide yes or no. What's it going to be?
Well, as I said, I'll look at all of the material. I'm still going through it. Had a conversation with the banking commissioner. As you know, the commissioner of welfare for the city of Manchester came up here and spoke out against payday loans. He's a public official from my city. I should pay attention to what he has to say. There were many from our city who came out in favor of the payday loan. So you've got to sort of listen to both sides and then make a decision.
Are you concerned that getting rid of the payday loan centers could actually put some people on welfare because you're putting employees out of work?
I'm always concerned about putting anybody out of work. Particularly jobs, good jobs are very tough to find in New Hampshire and as well as across the country. We're in an economic downturn. And anything that costs a person a job is something that you really have to think about. After all, look at the Fraser Paper Company just laid off 175 people today.
You think it's ever right for the government to kind of make an intervention in consensual transactions of that kind?
I think it's only right when it's in the public's best interest. That's what the government's here for. That's why we get elected.
All right. Thank you, Senator.
Thank you very much.
I'll run into you again, I'm sure, since you're my... This is Dave Ridley signing out from Concord, New Hampshire, this February 12th, 2008, for RidleyReport.com.
Yeah.